Hello and welcome to our first Quantum Traders video. In this video, we're going to show you how to make money on the Forex markets or any traded market, including Bitcoins. W.D. Gann was said to have made $50 million back in 1929 trading the stock and commodities markets, using a bunch of angles on his chart. This was just one of his methods. That would be well over 1.2 billion in today's money. Until now, no one figured out how he did it. His methods may well have intentionally been kept secret. What I'm going to show you in the next couple of minutes is why every single Gann trader using Gann angles is doomed to failure. Even if you knew the correct way to scale your chart correctly, you're still going to fail. Don't worry though, we have the solution, and I'm going to tell you exactly what you have to do to get it right. Gann made his courses in the 1920s. There were no computers, no one day traded. To get an order to your broker, you had to ring him up or send him a letter delivered by a pigeon or a small boy on a bicycle. The markets of today are no longer similar to how they were then, so if you're using Gann angles, you're definitely not going to succeed. In fact, the success you deserve is never going to come to you unless you have help. It took the professor and myself over 13 years to find a solution. What we're going to show you is the 21st century approach to trading that Gann never had. The professor designed a powerful algorithm that automatically analyzed each and every chart to find the best angle that worked regardless of scaling or time frame. On the hourly chart, we analyzed over 35,000 hours of data to find the top 4 angles up and the top 4 angles down. These are the angles that actually work. So, how do you make money on the Forex market or indeed any other market using these Gann angles? And what exactly are Gann angles? A Gann angle is a straight line on a price chart giving a fixed relationship between time and price. I've drawn some of these Gann angles on this chart of the S&P 500. I put 7 of Gann's angles on this chart: the 4x1, the 2x1, the 1x1 or the 45-degree angle. For Gann, the most important angle represented 1 unit of price for 1 unit of time. As long as price was above this angle, Gann would only look to buy the market he was trading. This often is referred to mistakenly as the 45-degree angle. Well, do Gann angles work? Well, if you do it right, they do. But most charting platforms have scaling features, so any angle you draw on the chart depends on the scaling. As I pull this chart up and down, you can see the angle stays the same, but the price curve bounces all over the place. So it's just pure luck if you hit a turn. The great thing about quantum trading lines is no matter how I scale the chart, it doesn't matter. The lines remain fixed. The intersection points don't change. This cross was exactly to the high, regardless of the scale of the chart. Once projected, quantum trading lines remain fixed, unlike Gann angles. So, how did Gann use his angles to trade? Well, Gann scaled his chart to precise values. It took him over 10 years to figure out how to scale his chart correctly, but he didn't tell anyone how he did it. What the professor and I figured out was how to extract the perfect Gann angle from any market and any time frame, no matter what the scaling of the chart is. When I show you how to use the angles, you'll be amazed. Look at this. Using our angle tool, I'm going to pick 2 points, 2 lows, to project into the future. I'm going to choose this low, which is here, and this low. What I'm interested in is where the angles intersect with each other. As you can see, the lines perfectly intersect at these points at the top here, which told me this was likely to be a top of some magnitude. One of the best markets for trading is the S&P 500 on the hourly chart. We ran our algorithms over the S&P and we came up with the best angles to trade on the hour chart. This is what our histogram looks like, and this is what it says about the S&P 500. What are the top 4 best up angles and what are the top 4 best down angles. So according to our histogram chart, the up angles are as follows. We have $8 per hour, $5.50 per hour, $6 per hour, or $9 per hour. The down moves are slightly different. Down angles are $2.50 per hour, $5.50 per hour, $7.50 per hour, and $10 per hour. Gann never said that down angles and up angles were different, but we've mathematically proved that the market moves differently in up and down moves. The old saying in Wall Street is bulls use the stairs and bears jump out of windows. All you have to do is draw these lines on your chart according to the values we've found. These values are good for the S&P 500 on the hourly time frame. If you want to know what are the values for the market you trade, simply send us an email at helpmetradenow@gmail.com. We'll get back to you, and don't forget to say which time frame and which market you're trading. So, how do we draw the angles? Well, what we have to do is put the angles on our charting software. What we need to do is start with time. $5.50 an hour is quite hard to draw, so I will multiply the angle value to make it easier to draw. Let's multiply it by 100. So $5.50 becomes $550. This means we need to use 100 bars in time. So draw a horizontal line 100 bars long and count up 550 pips. That gives us our first angle of $5.50. So now add in the $6 per hour, the 8 and the $9 per hour. Don't forget to multiply them both by 100 as we did with the time axis. Now you've got all the strong up angles for the hourly chart of the S&P 500. We do exactly the same for the down angles, and pretty soon you'll have all the angles marked on your chart. So once we have the angle drawn correctly for the market we are trading, you simply copy the angle and place them on the high or low like this. In this example, I'm going to take the up angle, so let's start with the $9 angle first. This should be placed on the low swing. Now, you simply take a down angle and place it on the high before the price breaks the upswing angle. You'll often see that where the lines cross, not only the price level is found at the cross point, but also the time of the turn is also indicated. I'm going to take the next down angle and place it on the same high. Don't forget that these angles can be drawn from single points, so you will know in advance where in time and price crosses occur. Now price won't always get to the cross points. Sometimes it turns before the cross points, but you will find that very often the cross points also indicate a time of a turn, not just a price level. Because you have 4 angles up and 4 angles down, how do you decide which angle will work for you? Let's say you don't have a crossover point. Well, what I found is that if an angle has reacted in the past, it is likely to react in the future. That's pretty fiddly work to draw all these lines. And don't forget, if you're a couple of pips off on your angle, it's not going to work. So you need to be really careful drawing your lines. We designed an indicator that automatically does that for you. All you have to do is click a high, and the lines down will be drawn for you. Then click a low, and the lines up will be drawn for you. The best places to look for trades are where the lines cross and price actually touches the cross point, like here and here. Once you have the reactive angles, you'll find them working in the future as well. If I click on the high and low, again at the crossover point, the market reacts. To draw these angles, you don't need our indicator, but it makes it really so much easier. You can draw them by hand using the angle values I've given you and the methods I've shown you. These angles are really powerful, and at the crossover points they are almost always right. Gann said that when price and time meet, a change in trend is almost inevitable. He was right. Don't forget to like and subscribe to make sure you get our next videos. And if you want the ideal scaling for the markets you like to trade, simply send us an email at helpmetradenow@gmail.com and we'll send you the latest data. If you want a super quick and easy way to do this, the indicator is for sale. Just contact us for details. Until next time, trade well.